Okay guys, I am literally sitting here at 2 a.m. with my third cup of cold coffee and my eyes are burning, staring at the screen. But I just had to get this out before the deadline because my head is absolutely spinning from everything going down in Port Charles right now. I have been watching General Hospital since I was in middle school, like way back in the day, and honestly, sometimes this show makes me want to throw my remote at the wall, but then they pull me right back in. So here we are. Let's talk about the Tuesday, April 7 episode because there is so much to unpack and I am just so full of feelings about it. And honestly, some of it is good, some of it is bad, and some of it is just plain messy. But we love the mess, right? That's why we watch. So let's start with the Quartermaine Mansion because honestly, I need some good news before we dive into the Dark Mob stuff. Brooke, Lynn, and Chase. You guys know I have been rooting for them since day one. They have been through the absolute ringer. And now they have this sweet little baby Phoebe in their lives and they are just trying to do the right thing. So Brooke Lynn has this huge, happy announcement for Chase. She is literally bubbling with joy and anticipation, which is so cute to see because she has been so stressed lately. She tells him that they are about to find out if they can officially be baby Phoebe's foster parents, and they have every reason to be optimistic right now. I mean, they think they do. Because Congresswoman Willow Kane actually stepped up and put a good word in with Child Services on their behalf. Which, okay, let's pause for a second. Willow actually using her political power for something good for once instead of just being manipulated by Sidwell? I am here for it, I really am. But we have to talk about the elephant in the room. Or should I say the toddler in the room. Wiley. Oh my god, Wiley! I am still laughing and cringing at the same time about what happened. Brooke, Lynn, and Chase were so incredibly worried that their chances were completely ruined because Wiley literally asked the social worker, Sarah Miles, what a hooker was right in the middle of their home visit. I mean, you cannot write this stuff. Well, I guess the GH writers can. It was so chaotic. Wiley overheard Olivia judging Justinda and just repeated it at the absolute worst possible moment. I was sweating watching that scene. But apparently, Sarah the social worker is a total pro, and she was actually impressed by the way Chase and Brooke Lynn handled the situation. They didn't freak out, they just managed it like real parents would. And maybe I'm being too harsh on Olivia for saying it in the first place, but come on, you have to watch your mouth around kids. Anyway, I'm just so relieved that this might actually work out for Chow-Lin. They deserve a win, they really do. They have so much love to give and little Phoebe needs a safe home. Alright, moving on to the hospital. Let's talk about Isaiah and Portia. So Isaiah is talking to Portia at GH and he has some very, very worried questions. And honestly, he should be worried. The whole dynamic right now is so tangled and weird. He asks Portia if she is really, truly telling him that she is okay with this whole situation. And by this situation, he means her agreement with Curtis. Curtis is the birth father of her baby, and they have this agreement to share custody and raise the baby together. But Isaiah is not blind. He is picking up on some major discomfort from Portia. Like, her body language is totally betraying her. She is saying one thing, but her face is screaming something else entirely. And let's be real here, Curtis can be a lot. He has every right to be involved with his child, ticking 5 min. He has every right to be involved with his child, obviously. He has the right to co-parent and have the kid with him. But Isaiah has noticed that Curtis can be quite overbearing. And he is not wrong. Curtis has this tendency to just bulldoze his way into things and take over, and Portia is just kind of letting it happen, but she is clearly not happy about it. Or maybe she is just overwhelmed. I don't even know anymore. Sometimes I change my mind about Portia halfway through an episode. Like, I feel bad for her, traceable, but then I'm like, girl, stand up for yourself. Isaiah is just trying to look out for her, but he is also caught in this weird middle ground where he doesn't want to overstep. I just feel like this whole baby triangle is a ticking time bomb and somebody's gonna get their heart broken. Probably Isaiah, if we are being honest. Which sucks because he seems like a genuinely good guy. But this is GH, so good guys usually finish last. Now, let's shift over to Crimson because things are getting super shady over there. Michael and Justinda. Okay, so Justinda was recently cornered by Jack Brennan, and we all know Brennan is absolute poison. He is ruthless. He wants Justinda to get intel for him. Specifically, he wants her to use Charlotte Cassadine, who has been interning at the Crimson office, to get information on Valentine's location, because Nina totally failed to do it. Nina backed off, so now Brennan is looking for a new pawn, and he has his sights set on Justinda, which is just so gross. Using a teenager to hunt down her fugitive father? Classic WSB garbage right there. So Justinda is confiding in Michael about this, and Michael is immediately throwing up red flags. He conveys his concerned suspicions to her, and he is 100% right to be freaked out. I mean, look at what just happened to his uncle Jason. Jason Morgan was literally railroaded and arrested by the WSB. Jack Brennan took him away. And we know Jason is just taking the fall for Rocco shooting Cullum, but Michael doesn't know the whole truth. All Michael knows is that the WSB is dirty and Brennan is not to be trusted. He tells Justinda that something about this just doesn't sit right with him. And I'm sitting here screaming at my screen. Listen to him, Justinda! Do not get tangled up with Brennan. He will chew you up and spit you out. But of course, Brennan probably offered her something tempting, or maybe he threatened her. Justinda has that whole past, that expensive luggage as she called it, and she knows how to survive. But Brennan is a whole different level of dangerous. I just hope Michael can protect her, but Michael has his own blind spots. And speaking of dangerous, let's talk about Jen Sidwell. Oh my god, the tension is just suffocating right now. So we see acting district attorney Justine Turner and Jordan Ashford in a break room, probably at the courthouse. And they are discussing Sidwell. Jordan is undercover, she knows exactly what is going on, and she tells Justine flat out, Sidwell is on the warpath and he is out for blood. And, I mean, can you blame him? In a way? His son Marco was murdered. Stabbed to death. Left to bleed out on the floor of Alexis Davis's office. As a parent, that grief has to be unbearable. So I get why he is lashing out. I get why he wants justice. But he is handling his grief in the most destructive, terrifying way possible. He is not looking for actual justice, he is looking for a scapegoat, and his target is Sunny Corinthos. Which brings us to the absolute climax of the episode, and honestly, the scene that had me shaking. The church. Marco's funeral. Who actually believes this is going to end well? Nobody. So Sidwell is at the church, mourning his son. And Sunny Corinthos actually shows up. Sunny and Rick Lansing walk into the church to pay their respects. What were they thinking? I mean, Sunny told Rick that they had to do this, that they had to push for peace right now or else it would be open warfare. Sunny was trying to be the bigger man, trying to show sincerity. He came in a very peaceful and sincere manner. But Sidwell? Sidwell didn't buy it for a single second. And honestly, would you? If you were Sidwell, and you hated Sunny, and your son just got murdered, would you believe Sunny was just there to be nice? No way. Sidwell wants Sunny to go down for Marco's murder. He is obsessed with it. And the tragic, infuriating irony of it all is that Sunny didn't do it. We know who did it. Ross Cullum did it. Cullum stabbed Marco because Marco stole Britt Huntington's meds from the safe at Windermere. Cullum is a dirty WSB double agent, a monster, and he is the one who killed Marco. But Sidwell doesn't know that. Sidwell is completely in the dark about his own partner's betrayal. So he focuses all his rage, all his grief, onto Sunny. The confrontation at the church was just chilling. Sidwell looks Sunny dead in the eye, totally rejecting his condolences. It's like the pot calling the kettle black, honestly. Sidwell is a ruthless criminal himself, but he tells Sunny that he's gotten away with far too much for far too long, and he makes it crystal clear that this is going to change. He basically promises to destroy Sunny, and you can see the realization hit Sunny. He walks away from that confrontation, and for the first time in a long time, Sunny actually looks like he is fearing his rival's next move. Sunny knows that a grieving, vengeful father with Sidwell's resources is the most dangerous enemy you can have. And where does this leave everyone else? Rick is standing there, trying to support his brother, but you know Rick has to be terrified too. Rick knows the law, but the law doesn't matter when Sidwell is declaring open warfare. And Jordan is out there, risking her life undercover, trying to keep a lid on this explosive situation. Justine is terrified for Sunny's kids. Everyone is in the crosshairs right now. I just keep thinking about how this all connects. The WSB is corrupt. Cullum is awake in the ICU, probably plotting his next move while Jocelyn debates killing him. Jason is sitting in a federal transport somewhere, sacrificing his life for Rocco. Lulu and Cassius are holding on to this massive, toxic secret that is eventually going to blow up in their faces. And now we have a full-blown mob war brewing between Sidwell and Sunny, all based on a lie fabricated by Cullum. It is just layer upon layer of deception and tragedy. And I haven't even mentioned Britt. Poor Britt is probably out of her mind with guilt and fear right now. Marco died trying to help her. He died trying to get her medication so she wouldn't suffer from Huntington's. The guilt has to be eating her alive. She slapped Brad, which was wild, but she is just so desperate and angry. And now she realizes Jason is covering for someone. If Britt figures out it was Rocco, what is she going to do? Will she keep the secret? Will she try to save Jason? The stakes have literally never been higher. Honestly, I just keep replaying that church scene in my head. The lighting, the dialogue, the sheer hatred radiating off Sidwell. You have to give the actors credit, they are acting their hearts out right now. Maurice Bernard always brings it when Sunny is backed into a corner, but this feels different. Usually, Sunny has some sort of upper hand, or at least a plan. Right now, he is flying blind. He doesn't know that Cullum is the real killer. He doesn't know the depths of the WSB conspiracy. He is just a target. And Sidwell, man, he is terrifying. He isn't just a mobster. He is a grieving father with unlimited resources and absolutely nothing left to lose. When a man has nothing to lose, he becomes a monster. And that's what Sidwell is becoming. And let's circle back to the Crimson drama for a second, because I feel like I didn't rant enough about Jack Brennan. Jack Brennan is the absolute worst. He sits in his fancy office, pulling strings, threatening people, and acting like he is untouchable. He blackmailed Nina, and now he is trying to use Justinda. Justinda has worked so hard to build a new life for herself. She has this relationship with Michael, she is trying to be legitimate, and Brennan just swoops in and tries to drag her back into the mud. It makes me so mad. I really hope Michael uses his Corinthos and Quartermaine resources to crush Brennan. But Brennan has the full weight of the WSB behind him. It's like David versus Goliath. But David is a rich kid with a temper, and Goliath is a corrupt international spy agency. Okay, I am officially rambling now. My brain is fried. But seriously, this show is firing on all cylinders right now. The pacing is clunky in places, yeah, and sometimes the dialogue makes me roll my eyes, but the overall storylines are just gripping. I am fully invested. I need to know what happens with baby Phoebe. I need to know if Jason ever gets out of custody. I need to know if Cullum pays for what he did to Marco. We are in for a wild ride, you guys. Buckle up. I'm gonna go try to get a few hours of sleep before the sun comes up. Let me know what you guys thought of the episode in the comments. Do you think Brooklyn and Chase will actually get Phoebe? Do you think Justinda will betray Michael? And how far do you think Sidwell will go to destroy Sunny? Talk to you guys later.